Hey, it's your boy, NB.
But if we don't figure it out this time, we're going to IG, Facebook cousin. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna try to do now is bring Katrina in. You know, the woman of the hour. Boom! I can see it now. I knew we was making a lot of bad mistakes. I guess. Okay, here she go. Here she go. Boom! Add. Not the energy here. Hey, when you professionals, you will figure it out. Here
Can
she
you hear
comes.
me?
Yep, yep. So
Hey!
what was it? Was it that what we just talked about?
It was the fact. See, I was trying to log on from my computer, from my desktop
And
computer.
now Facebook
Uh,
telling you, nah, partner, you can't do no.
you kept saying click the join button, and I was like, I don't even see the button you
Right,
talking about. Like,
right. So now that we know, for future references, people, your your laptop or your computer can't do this. It's only
it
your
ain't.
it's only your phone.
That's
Ain't
crazy though. That's
that,
crazy.
but that's not a good way to find out that though. You know what I'm saying? But and the cool thing about that, baby girl, they ain't even give us a memo about that. You just had to trial and error.
And I'm so glad that when two people like us, we don't give up. If
Nah,
you the type of person that don't give
nah,
up, you gonna figure out how to make
nah.
it work.
We go.
But
This,
I we gonna figure out how to make this happen. I had my homegirl over here on the Google, like, girl, come help me figure out what we do.
that's what it is. That's what it is. And for those that's gonna be tuning in on YouTube and everywhere across the world, this is like my partner. This is my partner. And there's a lot of things that we had to iron out for to even make this happen, but it wasn't even a difficult situation. It was very smooth, you know what I'm saying? And this is the
Mm-hmm.
woman of the hour, the L Bean in this beat. She's just giving her a proper introduction. She's if you need her for your lights, L Bean. If you need her to crazy bar in rapping, L Bean. If you need her to sing a hook, L Bean. If you need her to Dr. Dre you some shit on a production level, L Bean. And she'll probably tell you everything else she do. Ladies and gentlemen, L Bean in this bitch. What's up?
Thank, hey man, thank you so much for having me, man. I'm so honored to be
And,
here with
and,
you
and,
and everybody
and
that's
there was
gonna
a lot
tune
of
in.
people in here at first, but they were trying to figure it out. Maybe they'll come back, but it don't
They'll
matter because we ain't
they'll
stopping.
come back.
We can't stop. Won't stop. Bad boy, baby. You know what I'm saying? So,
No, we gonna go on. We gonna get this thing
all right.
popping.
So,
So
all
thank you everybody for having me.
right. So, what we gonna do? I have my own mental questions, but let's just start off at childhood. L Bean, Katrina. How was childhood, and where was you born? First of all,
Well, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. I'm a true Southern belle.
Alabama girl. Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, born and raised. That's where I spent most of my youth, most of my childhood. I fell in love with music at a very early
Mm-hmm.
age. I had witnessed some traumatizing events as a child, and at the time, music was um, my therapy. Music was my healing, and it was a time in my life where all I had to look forward to was the music, and so that's how I fell in love with it because growing up like we did, little country kids, man, we didn't get all the resources, and we therapy wasn't a thing in my community. Nobody was talking about trying to get the kids some help or nothing like that. So we had to find ways to help ourselves. For a lot of people that was in the streets and that were doing, whatever that was, whether you was whatever. For a lot of people, everybody from the community chose a way to help themselves.
Right.
But for me, I chose music to be my help, to be my therapy. So it were times when if I was depressed as a kid, I lost my mom when I was 9.
Okay. Sorry to
And
hear
so
that. Sorry to hear that.
yeah, but I came out good. I
I
did
think you, I
well. I
think you did
did
all right for
well.
yourself.
I
Mama looking down
did
on you
all
said,
right.
"That's my daughter. That's my daughter. She did that."
Yeah. So I lost my mom when I was 9. And when that happened, that was really like the beginning of some trauma in my life
So now,
because I had
and speaking of the trauma, don't mean to cut you off. I want you to
go ahead.
elaborate as you tell the story, but I want you to elaborate a little bit more in detail with the trauma. You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind. If you don't, if you don't want to do it, it's on you. This your interview. Let's go.
No, no problem at all. No problem at all. You know, when I was a kid, I was confused about because I didn't know. You think about at that age, you 7, 8, 9 years old, you don't know about death. You don't understand it. You know, you don't have the mental capacity to really know what was going
It's true.
on. And so, yeah, so and no one in the family sat down with me. All I knew is that I had an uncle in my life, and I was looking, and he was like a superhero to us because he was the one with the money. He never came around, woo the boom. And I just remember before my mama died, we had a conversation. She said, "You going to live with your uncle?" And he was such a hero in my life. I was so excited about that. I was
Right,
like,
right,
yes, just being a child.
right.
But when I got over there with them,
Uh-oh.
it was it wasn't good. As an adult, I can look back on it. Imagine you being 30 some years old, you in a bag, and then your sister dying, you got to get her kids. So as an adult, I can see for my uncle how that could have been. When I was a child, I didn't get it, but now that I'm grown and look back on that situation, I can look at it with more understanding. The what that take. I couldn't imagine. I'm 37. I'm at the prime of my career, in the
Right,
prime of my life,
right.
and one of my siblings passed on, and they was like, "I need you to get my kids." And I wouldn't, you know what I'm
I
saying? It'd
get
be like,
you. I get
whoa.
you. Shit, I'm out here living my best life. Why I got to have your bad ass kids?
Right. So
All
I
jokes,
kind
all
of feel like
jokes,
that.
all jokes, all jokes.
Yeah, but for real though. So, but when I was a kid, I was so angry with my uncle because he wasn't there. In my mind, I had him painted as a superhero.
Gotcha.
But after getting into the environment, you realize adult people doing adult
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
And, um, I was just traumatized. From at that point on, I felt alone. I was like, well, I don't have a mom. I don't know where the fuck my dad is. I got my uncle. I thought this was my family, but like none of that was working out. Like, and at that point, I had made it up in my mind and made it up to myself that I'm alone now.
Okay,
It's just me.
okay.
And that's how I got more and deeper and deeper and deeper into the music because I would tell myself it's just me and the music. You know what I'm saying? It's just us. We got to make this work. We got to do that. And that's why music became my passion. That's why I worked at it like I did. And I put in those 10,000 hours because it became my friend. It became my family, you know?
Let me okay, so with the trauma lose your mom was one part of your trauma. What was another dark moment in your childhood that you want to speak on? If you don't want to speak on it, we're not gonna speak on it. We can move on.
It was just a lot of misunderstanding. Um, Not having the family, not having the understanding of my background again. Um, my uncle was married, but we didn't get along, and I was different.
Gotcha.
NB, you know what I'm saying? I was like I was just
I can
different.
relate.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can
I wasn't
relate. Trust me.
I
When
wasn't
you
like
when you
most
when you're a
kids.
whole genius out here, you're gonna be people gonna look at you like you weird because you got so much abilities and gifts. They'll be able to twist it and use that against you and make it look like a bad thing until they see the results. And we'll talk about those results.
Right. Those results earlier. Yeah. So I struggled at that point. I would fight with my auntie and stuff.
Bang, let the
Um,
people know because you in Alabama. It sound good. It sound like Bam Bam from the Flintstones. But what was bang mean?
bang. We were banging. Man, me
We'll
and my auntie, we were
fight.
bumping
We'll
heads.
fight. We'll fight.
Yeah, we were fighting. I was young. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, okay.
we were
We
fighting,
got
but
to be
really,
transparent for the audience. We want everybody to know, because every uh, s- place has different terminologies.
right. And they got different things. But yeah, so we was always
Banging.
at different,
They were
and
banging. Okay.
we were banging. And then I was an overweight. I was an overweight kid. I always struggled with my weight from
Okay.
childhood up until now, and so it was a lot of judgment. They would always try to call me fat. They would try to tell me I was gay, and it was just always a lot of head banging, a lot of
Gotcha.
clashing. It was like, shit, y'all raising a child here. This is not,
Mm.
you know what I'm
So they
saying?
were doing
And I had
all
little
this
emotional
picking
trouble.
on you as a child.
Yeah, yeah, as a child. And it was one of those things where it was like, don't yell at me, help me, teach me, don't tell me, you a big old fat ass motherfucker, but you feed me pizza and hamburgers and shit every night. Like,
So at this point, you didn't have your mama was gone, deceased, and you didn't have
yeah, my
nobody.
mom was,
You didn't have nobody to truly protect you.
no, I was on my own. I still feel that way to this
Okay.
day. I was on my own at that time, and then my dad, I guess, I, I guess he was in jail. I still don't really know where he was at that time. It was a gray area. He and I didn't get rekindled until high school.
Gotcha.
So up until then, it was it was just us, and so it's like I didn't understand how to be different. I didn't understand, uh, especially when you're dealing with project mindsets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But God had touched me. I was gifted early in my life, and I knew that God was sitting on me. He was seeing, like, it was purpose for me, even at that age,
Mm-hmm.
that I couldn't participate in just a usual average mindset. You know what I'm saying? I always had to be, whatever I was doing had to be next level. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And I was just me, who I was. And so it that's what got my mind going. That's what got me to this point. That's what got me to put them
Let,
10,000 hours
let's
in.
go. Let's go to them $10,000 is definitely the pinnacle of where you at today. Let's go back. Let's go to high school. What is Katrina doing in high school? Like, what is the vibe? How are people feeling about you in high school now that
Man,
you don't went through all this bullshit as a child? Like, damn, y'all, give me a break. I'm in high school now.
man, yo, the real thing is, high school, I became a whole fucking adult, bro. First of all, I was a nerd. Number one, I was a nerd.
Right?
I was on, I was a nerd, and then I was on my own. We got to a point where I was around 15, 16. I had a little job working at Chick-fil-A.
Okay. I
And
like shout out to Chick-fil-A. We need that pub. We need that. You know what I mean? We need that investment.
yeah, yeah, and then then that's when my family had got me that job. I had another uncle and aunt at the time. They got
Right.
me a little job at Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
But when things had got to a point at home where I didn't want to deal with it no more, I jumped out the porch at 16. We had a little argument. I packed my little clothes, remember them little round clothes baskets? I packed my shit with my keyboard and put that shit in a little ride. And that was the beginning of me learning how to figure life out.
Let's,
I
let's,
left and
let's stop there, though. Let's stop there. What is jumping out the porch saying, fuck y'all grown people, I'm finna do it myself? Is that what you're saying?
yeah. I jumped out on my own. I left that home and that security and that environment and that situation. I ended up staying with my cousin and it was all a bunch of niggas. It was
It
all a bunch of
makes
niggas,
sense now. But go ahead. That's
right?
just me and
So
you, because you know I know you, so it's just me and you. Go ahead, continue.
yeah, so after the last little argument, I left the house. I ain't had nothing but a little clothes basket. Look, I ain't had shit for real.
Gotcha.
So I called my cousin, my ace boon cool, my cousin, we cool to this day. And I was like, man, cuz shit fucked up. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of fighting. I just need to figure this out, get away, do it on my own. I'm 16. I'm still in school. I'm still working my job. And I'm like on a roll, like fucking nerd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was playing softball. I was still very engaged in my education and, uh, knowing that I need these things to better myself. It wasn't like I left the house and I was like, I'm free now. I'm gonna go do whole shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no
I was still very, very
disrespect. Most
focused.
girls do that. But anyway.
Most girls do, right? But me, I was still very focused on shit because, like I told you, I realized nobody's going to take care of me from here on out. So it was very important realizing that I had responsibilities to take care of myself.
Right.
So I was staying with my cousin, and it was a bunch of niggas. It was like I was the only girl in the house, and it was my cousin, and then his roommates had about 4-5 niggas that everybody, it was just all of us piled up in this little 2-bedroom apartment. I mean, niggas was on the floor, on the sofa. We were just trying to find whatever little corner, little hole that you could find, like that's where we slept. And that was my lifestyle until I started college at Alabama State.
Boom, hold on.
I stayed
We're
with
not going to skip this. We're not going to skip. We're not going to skip this. Everybody know where the chat with NB. We're not going to let you skim over there. Did anybody try you with all that? I know you was a free bird and doing everything. You flying like an eagle and shit. But did you ever explore and see all these niggas? And did you ever think, well, shit, somebody can get it. God damn it.
Hell no, my cousin was like super sergeant in that bitch. My cousin wasn't going for none of that. My cousin was like the angel protector. He was on them niggas like, yo, this my cousin. I'm not playing no games. I'ma fuck y'all up. Like he made sure that from the jump that all them niggas knew what it was. He was like, she in school, she getting her shit together. She like, he was telling his roommate, you got all your goddamn brothers and shit in this bitch stand. This my cousin. I'm helping her out. She gonna stay with me until she start college. And so no, not none of them niggas in the house. They went they weren't no my cousin.
That nigga need to be proudly in, little Dwayne Rock Johnson action movie type nigga. Cause if you the only female in that motherfucker, he had the Bruce Lee bitch and goddamn, if you smell
like,
the rock is cooking, you know what I'm saying? And hit the elbow drop on these motherfucker.
hey,
You got
he
to
was
be,
on top.
because it's hard. He ain't gonna always be there being an overseer. Shit, that's hard. And then you out here playing cards, drinks. You know what I'm saying?
All that
Man.
I had to sneak. As a matter of fact, I had to sneak and go do the nasty. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to leave. Like,
Okay, at that time you were grown in here, but you grown now. I mean, at that time you was a young college girl, but right now you grown in hell. And don't ever come to my goddamn chat with it being say do the damn nasty. Do the
old school, man.
Gotcha. Okay.
But nah, he was. It's like I appreciate him for that
Because he
because he
was
did
a
try to
strong
help me.
protector for you. Good. All right, so
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah.
Let's continue with going to college in Alabama State, right? Or Albany State.
Alabama State.
Alabama State. Let's go.
ASU Hornet. ASU to the heart. Yo. And that was crazy because because I was such a nerd, I had got a full ride. I had a full scholarship.
Let's give a props to a black queen that got that full ride.
Yeah.
You feel?
Yep.
And
Yeah,
he
I
out
had a
here riding
full
other
ride.
things.
I'm talking about I had a full ride down to the dormitory and the lunchroom. And that was so imperative to me because that's all I had. Like my dorm, like school was at the time, school was so important to me because it was more than just going to class. This was my livelihood. This how I had somewhere to sleep. This how I had somewhere to eat. And this how I maintained maintain. So it's like I can't fuck up, get kicked out
The
of
focus
school,
level's a
or
little bit different, right?
yeah,
You got Jeffrey and Tommy that can fuck up and go back to the mansion. But you, shit, it's cold outside.
it's cold like now, and I wasn't trying to go back with my cousin and all them niggas. They
Everybody
got in
got
the
their
argument.
dick out. Sorry, you two. Everybody got their dick out. She come back this time, I'm gonna get her. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, bruh.
Yeah. So school was so important because they were like I said, man, everything from there on out, like my livelihood was everything that I did, every adventure that I chose, it was more than, doing something, having a support system, parents or people on your side. It's like knowing I didn't have any of that support. It felt like everything that I was trying to do was amplified. It was magnified
Gotcha.
to a greater level. You know what I'm saying? So, school was I had to go to class, dude. I had to,
Go to class,
I had to
go to class, have somewhere to stay. Go to class, have somewhere to stay. Pass these tests, have somewhere to stay. Gotcha.
have somewhere to stay. Yo, all that. So, and college was great because, man, we partied. It's nothing like going to HBCU, man.
Yeah.
We partied. I was a theater major. That's how I got
I was
into the
gonna
lighting
ask
design.
what was your major, but I'm glad you said that. Good.
Yeah, I was a theater major, and so I was, and it was beautiful. Like there's no program like the Alabama State University Theater Arts program. It gave me a lot of the essence, soul background. Dr. Stewart and the faculty.
Shout out to Dr. Stewart.
Yeah, Dr. Tania Stewart.
Okay. Boom.
You look up, y'all will know her. She been in a lot of movies. Phenomenal woman. I mean, I could never repay her for the things that she gave me, because at this point is when I finally began to feel like I have a support system, whether that was through friends or whether that was through my teachers at the school. Is like I finally feel like, okay, I have somebody that I can go to. And then being a theater major, it was like I fit in with all of these weird people. Like
Right.
so I wasn't judged anymore for being different. It was like, oh, it's a bunch of people that's off the chain like me. So
You found
that worked out well.
you found your circumference zone, and you found like-minded individuals. So you didn't look so weird in your mind, even though you're a normal person. But everybody else made you normal. The people that was around you.
It did.
Because sometimes when you're a genius and you're this and you that, you feel like nobody understands you. But then when you get around like-minded people, and that's what college does, it actually gives you the opportunity to be able to be around like-minded people that think like me. Gotcha.
And then from that point on is when I really had the opportunity to take the music to the next level.
All right, so let's speak on something. Let's speak on this. Was you doing any type of the theater was definitely there for you, right? You know, we're gonna take our time. You was my homie, so we're gonna take our time with this. Theater.
No, we good.
Theater is why not go into acting?
Okay, so I was studying acting and performance. I did a lot of stage plays. I did a lot of some iconic stage performances. Actually, theater is the reason why, how we were talking about my rap performance the other day. A lot of that stuff
Don't tell me. We're going to talk about everything. And I'm going to give you all the props in the world.
So, but that's how I learned how to work the crowd and how to speak and how to demand attention and all of that from theater.
So look, let me tell y'all, independent and artists that's trying to get out here. You might not have the money or the college tuition for theater, but I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all theater is. Coming up here, doing your repetitions on YouTube, getting your hours up in front of a camera, it can definitely help you. And then watch yourself and critique yourself. I've never had any theater background, but I've been on YouTube for 20 years. So that means I can see myself. I can see this look. I can see this side. And now I know how to attack a camera.
It's very important if being an artist, even down to doing this interview. There's focus, strategy, listen, understand, speak well. It's so much that goes into being the full package.
She knows personally that NB's on his journalism shit because I don't talk like this in real life, straight up. But I can tap into that to get the job done.
And I do see the journalist NB coming out of you, but no, yes, but so at the time, I was doing the music and everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. What sucked was I didn't have the right studio to record in. I didn't have the right mixing.
Started in the bullshit studios. We all did. Yeah.
But I was burning CDs for the homies and everybody like that. So I wish I would have had some guidance even back then in college, because I had a buzz even then, especially being from the city. Everybody knew who I was. I just, like I said, was figuring it all out on my own. But I was taking the performance training. I was taking all of that stage training and applying it to my rap shows. You see what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Even though I was
Hold
studying.
on, let me stop you. So this is where we're going to get into the artistry of you becoming who you are, right? What is your earliest memory of just music, period?
Earliest memory of music. I got two answers. I got an earliest memory as a producer, as a musician, as a producer, and then I have an earliest memory.
I'm talking about when you first started everything out. What was coming up your earliest memory? So you can be like, oh yeah, I like this. I like it. What's your earliest memory? Not from you and your songs. I'm just
music in general.
Your introduction. So
my mama used to
we gotta give the queen in heaven the props.
Yeah, my mama used to play those old 70s, 80s Bob Cameo. Candy, boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Boom, boom. I still listen to that.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she used to play all that, the Rick James.
You saying the 70s.
That's probably still my favorite.
The 70s music, but you're not a 70s baby, but you heard your mama playing it.
Yeah, my mama was jamming all of those like 70s funk hits. Like that's what we woke up to.
So by the time that you was 4, 5, 6, you already been consumed?
Yeah. Just from that. I was learning, my ears was learning to love the art form at that age. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be to a point where I couldn't. Saturday was clean up day, but I ain't give a fuck about the cleaning up.
You want to hear the music while mama doing her thing and jugging. Mama doing it and jugging. Get her little dance up and doing the cleaning.
Yeah.
Keyword jugging. Did you see her? Did you catch me?
Jugging. I caught what you did. Yeah. Right. So like my brother and my cousin, they hated it because they didn't want to get up and clean up. I didn't care that we were cleaning up. I was like, man, turn that radio, play that music, mama, that you do.
Ow. What?
Yeah. I look forward to that every Saturday. That's definitely the beginning of my ear hearing sound.
Now the next question into that. Now that we're gonna branch off to now how you get into music based off of that.
I never left it.
How did you get into it? Because that means you got to record, you got to do everything. So how did you get into music?
I started at church.
Because you already, now you got the ear, now you got, it's another process. This process, like I tell all you artists, it's levels to this shit. The people who doing great in music came from the church, came from their mama cleaning up, like, and it just merged something that was already within them. Everybody got their own levels.
Yeah, definitely. I took it from there. Once Mama died is when it really hit me in the heart, because that was something that we were sharing together.
That was y'all bond.
You know what I'm saying?
Was y'all bond.
Yeah, and I remember days cleaning up in the house, like, man, Mama, who is this? And she used to be like, yeah, we used to be partying, and she'd tell little stories and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's love, man. That's love. So we got that. So when did you start?
Doing music. I asked
That's where I'm at, because I'm not going to even say music, because I don't. My question. Let me revamp that question. When did you start? Did you start rapping or singing first, or producing?
I started producing first. I started as a musician first. I asked for Christmas. Do you remember those little keyboards Casio used to make them? They were like,
man, them bitches were like, boy, about $30, but them bitches were breaking, the keys will stick. I want to be for that's all the people who are musically inclined. Them bitches, and you can't do it no more.
I had one day. I remember that bitch being like the size of the ruler, and the beats was real rudimentary.
That's why I thought I played dun 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 dun, dun, and I had that look. Man, I know what you're talking about, cause I learned dun 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 dun.
On that little I had
and then you got it, and it's got the 12 beats, and you got the 16 beats. I was this nothing, and I no disrespect to y'all, but it's only the people who are musically inclined that was even trying to do this. My mom bought me the piano with the 16 beat channel and the 12 beat channel. It was keyboard, and you put the and then you go to create. Come on, man, I know.
And then it wasn't like the digital world. You only had you had like 3 little tracks that you might even put a beat together. You had to put all the drums. You had to play all your little drums on one track, and most of the time you just could use the drum and the keyboard. It would like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then if you wanted to record, if you even had the kind that could record, because a lot of the times it wasn't no multi-track.
You couldn't do it. You got to spend more money to do it. That was the start of us loving it.
Yes,
being production, because I want to be a producer too, because I was tired of doing songs on other people's beats, and I wanted to create my own production. I ain't had no money. I ain't had no money.
None of that. And it's funny that you mentioned Missy, because like that's who I wanted to be. I was like, ooh, she.
No, let's stop that. We gonna get to that. Stop it. That's what a good interview would do. All right. We got a thing we doing over here. I love it. So who was your biggest influence? Hit you with it.
Oh, it's so many. I only gotta pick one.
Your biggest influence. I mean, you can do this is your interview, baby girl. You can say, give me your top 5. Let me break it down. Give me your top 5, because you probably gonna go to the whole moon, and
we be here all night. But
all night. You know what I'm saying?
I got a biggest influence from back home in Montgomery, Alabama. It was a group called the Dirty Boys.
Man, hold up. Hit the flow.
Hit the flow.
Yeah, man, that was my favorite group too for a long time. I was all right, so this is not my interview, y'all. But I'm telling you, they just put chills to my body, because them Alabama boys don't get the credit they deserve, because I know the Dirty Boys. I was everybody looking at me like, NB, you do this, you do. No, I was buying CDs and getting the craft before I even became NB. You know what I'm saying? So I know that Dirty Boy album. Trust me.
You know which one I'm talking about. So especially in my mind, in my heart, all that these guys always was gonna be celebrities to me, even whether they get the love
Talk
and the
your
clout
shit.
for it or
Talk
not.
your shit.
So I want it. If you listen to my rap, like even when you listen to a song like Same Thing, coming up as a little girl, I was so infatuated with the Dirty Boys because they had the cadence,
The speed
they
rap, the
had
fast rap, the slow rap, the
a
storytelling. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you do it
yep,
because I'm a fan too. I'm
and
gonna let
then
you
they
do
would
it.
tell
Go
the
ahead. My
story,
bad.
and then they had that vocal distinction with Big Pimp and the Gangsta. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just when I think about a solid music group, they had all the T's crossed and all the I's dotted.
Dirty
So when I
Boys,
started
man.
the Dirty
Golly.
Boys,
Legend.
when
Legend.
legends, and
Legends.
those were my
I can
early
actually
music
say
influence.
Dirty Boys is legends, but I don't think the world understand that. But the South understand Dirty Boys because Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, we know what them Dirty Boys did.
And that was my biggest influence. Like even when you would hear the rap style, especially when I was younger, doing the fast rap and the flippity dip, when they came out with that country versatile, the pimp and the gangsta. I mean, they discography. Anybody that don't know who we talking about, please go look at the discography. Like
The Dirty
from Love
Boys.
Us to Hate Us,
Right
yeah.
now, y'all go out, go Google the Dirty Boys, and they think they dropped 2 albums. But
I think they had like three.
three. Okay,
But
okay.
some of the ones I had might have been underground projects.
But that
You
I
know what
know
I'm saying?
that the Dirty Boys, man, they hit the flow. We hit the flow. And
Yeah,
they were twanging. They were twanging. We here, boy.
yeah. And then they was the shit. Even down to the video, like when you used to see Pimp, he used to be fur coats and just weird outfits and shit. Like man, the Dirty Boys hot. But that was my.
Dirty
If you want to
Boys,
ask me
if
who.
y'all still out here in these streets, man, we need another album from y'all because even in my upbringing of wanting to do music and me not even understanding, I mean, I'm 25, 26 years old, just buying music because I'm trying to understand who I am and what I'm gonna do in this world. But I know I can sing, I know I can rap. I'm just buying the Dirty Boys album, and when I heard it, I was stuck. So you're right.
It blow you away. It blow you
It was
away.
stuck.
So
The
I was trying.
cadence, like you said, the
Mm-hmm.
delivery was crisp, and it was in my mind. It was some old ass niggas rapping because I didn't know that. I was just young looking at the cover, but they was goats.
Mm-hmm.
It was some goats rapping.
They were goats. They were goats, and then they would tell you the story. Nigga, we be 6 deep, creep in, ride through the hood. You know what I'm
And,
saying? And so,
and the thing about it with the storytelling and the way that they transition the flows, it wasn't regular like these niggas doing right now. These niggas is not rapping like that. That's what was creating my style. As I buy this CD, because I'm a buyer of a CD, I'm watching the flows. How
they were doing
they
something
would
that
change
was
it up back then. Man, they was all like you already say something about ahead of a time. We'll talk about that. They was already ahead of their time in the flow change.
they were ahead of their time, and they were doing something even then that I felt like the industry had not
They
heard. That
weren't ready
sound.
for that. They was, but I understand what I'm not going to even say that. It still was Twister out here. So I know that they
Mm-hmm.
watched Twister a little bit, but they add their own twist to it. You see what I
They
just
did.
did? They was watching Do or Die, but they was still making it their own with their own story.
They made their own, and it was the country vibe. That's why the
That's what
twang.
I'm saying. And Twister, you in Chicago. See, I
Yes.
was an OG in the music way back then. Like, okay, I see the Dirty Boys trying to do the both flows and harmony and all that because that's what came before them. But they merged that and made it theirs.
I tried to link up with them cats, man, when I was in high school, but it was some like adolescent problems, being that I was still a minor and I was a
Yeah.
female, and they manager you know, and then I would try to like be at the studio late, and you know, my folk weren't having that, and
No,
their manager was like, "This
not
ain't gonna
young,
work."
not young, not young
Look,
Katrina, not young Katrina. You're
yeah,
not LBing right now, not young Katrina. No, we ain't doing
yeah.
that.
So the manager had shut that shit down, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? But that when I would write raps, I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to rap like the Dirty Boys. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to come up with the cadence and the twang and the country. You know what I'm
I
saying?
already know what
That
the
was my
twang is.
early,
Yeah, you see how we
yeah,
talking? We using it, we me and you. You talking yours, I'm talking mine. Goddamn, you feel me? But this is gonna be
yeah.
amazing. I love your answer on that. But this is gonna be one of them. You know, what's the meaning? What is your stage name? First of all, that's one part. And what's the meaning behind your stage name and how you got it? It's a two-part question. I know you're educated enough to handle your business.
My stage, my current stage name right now is L Bean. That's the letter L Bean. Bean. It's short for Lima Bean, which was my previous stage name when I was younger in the streets rapping. And actually, NB helped me about 10 years ago by suggesting, you know, that I go from Lima Bean to L Bean, something that's a little bit more marketable, don't sound so little girlish. But when I was a little girl, all my friends used to call me Lima Bean. And that came from my last name, Lima.
Um,
So when I was in, yeah, so when I was in
what you gonna
school,
do with Lima? I think you can still market like Lima bean clothing once you get to us. Just me being an educated guy and guy that does a lot
yeah,
of merch.
we might come up with something.
Thank you. I don't think you should let it go because it's
Only
something
the
that,
old school people, only the old school people who know me, they still call me Lima Bean. Like everybody who knew me as
that's
that
what
little
I'm
girl
saying. You
who was
got to be able
rapping.
to do it. But don't let these people think I just trying to change your name for no
No,
reason. You
no,
got
it wasn't like
LB
that.
Beats now. Come on, don't do that. I want you to clean
Yeah,
that up. Make it look good. Come on.
it sounded good, ENB. Don't
All right.
trip. We were talking about marketing and stuff like that. And I'm always gonna be Lima Bean. I'm always gonna be little Lima
Right.
Bean.
But did I
Um,
force you to do it or you did it on your own?
no, I actually thought it was a great idea because I was looking to do some rebranding at the time too. And at the time I wanted to rebrand myself from a little kid rapping to a woman rapping. So I thought at the time L Bean worked perfect when we were having that discussion. But that the name came from my last name because you be in school, the teacher call your name, Katrina Lynham, and the children would joke on me, oh Lynham Bean head. And so actually the people named me. A lot of folk don't know that, but the people named me. I didn't get the name myself. I went to school with I was country shit. So whoever you go to elementary school with, you go to junior high school, whatever. So all these kids grew up calling me Lima Bean. I really didn't have no control over
Mm.
it after a little bit of time. So yeah.
What is the hardest thing about being an artist or producer at this point? Because you're an artist producer. What is the hardest thing about it?
I think
Mm-hmm.
I think the hardest thing about being an artist and a producer is moving on after failed opportunities.
Right.
Um, whether that failed opportunity is creative, whether it's a business
Mm-hmm.
move, uh, whether it's like writer's block, I think it's the hardest thing is to dig deep and find that confidence when it's not going the way that you want it to go, or when
Mm-hmm.
it's not going the way that you thought it would go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you have to dig deep and you have to tell yourself, I am this shit. The last the last album flopped. Let me go get the analytics to find out why. Let me work on that and grow from that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to tell your because a lot of times when it don't go that way, a lot of people give up in life and music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people give up. They just
Hold up.
it didn't go.
Let's be real clear. When you say that, right, that's so profound. when you say people give up on life and music. Why is that? And you tell me, break it down to me why you feel that way. Life,
I feel
life
like,
should not have the same connection as music, but if because we love it so much, we'll give up on life. So I get it, but the world don't get it. I want them to understand your perspective on what you just said.
yeah, I think it's because uh, uh, lack of being able to accept self. Um, I think it's because giving up is easy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this didn't work, fuck it. But when you accept yourself and you accept your truth and you realize this is who I am, this is a part of who I
Right.
am. I have to I have to do this. I have to overcome this.
Okay.
A lot of people a lot of people are living false within themselves, so they can't see themselves to elevate. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they give up. You know, they give up. You know, it's like or they stop seeing the reason to try. That's why I say the hardest thing is to overcome that failure, because the failure is what makes people stagnant, or is what make people quit writing or quit recording. Is the A lot of people do not know how to believe in themselves past that point, and I believe
Correct.
that's especially as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because when shit good, it's good, but when it's bad, you get to really see the true character of people, whether they fold or flake. Hell, I tried to give up one time. You know what I'm saying? I tried to give up on life. I tried to give up on music. So it's not like I'm just talking out the side of my neck. These are things that I've experienced.
Let's
Um,
focus again, you know, I'm here to give you your flowers when your hard work and your dedication. And this whole thing is really designed to give you the shine. You feel me? Bars. When you say giving up, I need to have a little bit more, I would say, details on what you're saying.
Give up. You start to have okay, so you have these mental attacks.
Okay.
Your mind is under scrutiny. I don't know if that's the right word, but
Now, yep,
you
yep.
have
I
these
like it. I like it. Let's go. Yeah.
your mind is under scrutiny, so you start to have these thoughts of suicide. You start to wonder, am I good enough? I'm not good enough. I can't do this. Why am I here? What is my purpose? I don't have a purpose. It all comes down to, why am I here and what am I doing? No, and then this is the one that we always tell ourselves: nobody loves me. You know what I'm saying? All of these thoughts where we don't know our value. That's what I mean when I say give up. As long as you're aware of who you are and your value and your purpose, you can always get up and move on. But if you're not aware of the importance that you hold, whether you're a spiritual person or not, just talking about being a human,
Talk it, Queen.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm I'm saying this. All right. So in that dark space that you was in, did you have any counseling, any counsel that you know what I'm saying, you can probably say, because that's a dark moment of, I heard you say suicide, but you didn't say, you just said suicide within the opportunity. If I was going through something, I probably would be. But you just said in general suicide. Like when you're going through stuff, people think about that. I want you to elaborate on that.
It's so common, and a lot of the times it happens, and the person could still be smiling.
Right?
A person could still be moving on. A person could be wearing the mask when the time to put the mask on, but then they go home to like miserable depression.
Gotcha.
And eventually, not having any counseling or therapy to that, imagine you wearing the mask for 12 hours out of your day, right? You're pretending. And then you go home and you have to you have to sit in that truth, and that truth will drive you crazy
Okay.
without without any help. And the truth is all of those things that I named previously. I ain't shit. I'm not this. It's not working. I'm broke. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? This person don't love. You know, you go through all of that, and then you get to
But
the point.
let's get to the, like, okay, so no counseling, no nothing. I don't
You
want
break
to.
down.
I don't want to tell my, me, people that's watching me and you, your supporters and my fans and my supporters. Did you want to kill yourself?
Oh yes, I've been through several moments of that. I've been through moments of that at a younger age. I've been through moments of that as an adult. I've been in times where I've been totally successful, meaning nothing's wrong. I got all enough money to pay my bills. I got all of it's been okay. It's been times where things have been really bad, and I wanted to do it, meaning can't afford, can't do anything. But I've also faced those suicide those suicidal moments when everything was perfect too. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I say it's something that you have to really know self, because a lot of people would talk about it as shit fucked up in my life, let me go kill myself. But then what about those people where everything is right?
Right.
Let me go kill
I've
myself.
never heard that before in my life. That's what threw me off. And I'm not the expert of this, but at the same time, when people do that, it something had to be traumatizing to them to where they feel like they can't do this no more. So you basically telling me you was at a high and said, fuck it. That's
I've been yes, I've been at the high, and and really speaking of twice, one time you were aware of, the first time you were there, and your counseling, helped
okay.
me get myself together. But I also been there again,
No,
and the second time
no.
everything was
Yeah.
perfect.
I want that to be highlighted because
You want
we,
to?
we chatting with MB. I don't want to smooth over that because everything I'm doing, I'm definitely putting highlights on. So tell the people what did you just say?
The first time I
Well,
was
that's the
contemplating.
first time. Let's be real clear.
Yeah, that was the first time. That was
Okay.
the first time the first time that I was gonna follow through. It's a difference when you think it and
Break
then
it
you make up
down.
your
Break the
mind to
scenario
follow
down.
through.
These people don't know. This is
I'm breaking it down, A and B. The first time, it because there's a difference from having the thoughts, and then there's a difference from having the will to follow through. We're talking; those are two different human emotions. You see what I'm saying?
of course. I'm putting the glasses on because
You can
I'm a cry because I don't even want to
you
throw.
can think it. A lot of people think it all the time. I thought it many times, but it wasn't
And
until
you
that
say
I made
thought
up my
what?
thought
Suicide.
thought that yeah, the suicide actions,
Okay,
right?
because
But
everybody can come in and click in and they don't get the real.
I feel you. But it's when you make up in your mind that you're gonna follow through, it's where it get danger. Is where the real danger into lies. Uh, Most people don't follow through, but a lot of, as we've seen recently, a lot of people do follow through. You see what I'm
They
saying?
killing themselves
So
like
that
a
was
motherfucker right now. Yes.
so the first time, and then you feel like you need to let the world know that I'm about to um uh off myself, right?
God
And
damn.
so you feel like even when people do it, they leave letters behind, they leave video memoirs. It's like you never just go. If you're really gonna go, you just say, all right, I'm done, I'm out, boom. No, you always have to leave. Just like I had got on Facebook you letting the world know, just typing all type of stuff, man. You remember you hit me up, was like, "What going on with you?
Yes, I
You
did.
tripping, man?"
I'm like, yo, this is some crazy stuff. That's what made me go and say, "What's up? I gotta call this young sister."
And so you have to look at actions like that because those type of actions means I'm going to follow through. You see what I'm saying? I need to tell y'all it like your last decree to the world
Hold
type of shit.
on. What you were
You know what
doing
I'm
was
saying?
sprinkling breadcrumbs, so y'all can't say I just did it. I warned everybody, and I told everybody what was finna happen, and I'm gonna shut up and let you continue.
Yeah, so so that's what, so that's how and I'm also giving y'all signs to look for from your people having experienced stuff
At the
like that.
end of
Folks,
this video, we're gonna have everybody that wants to kill themselves. It's gonna be a video right here, a suicide. I'm gonna have a video on this thing, and I have a number. If you feel that you need to talk to somebody, pick up this number. It's gonna be in this video right now for us. Go ahead.
yes, yeah, because that's an important thing, man. And so that you came at me and you didn't know what was going on. That's why I feel like, that was nobody but God using whoever needed to be used in the time to pick me up, because that's how it all started. It all started online. All the negativity, all the depression, all of this is what I feel. This is, what I'm saying? And to a normal person, it looked like what you were seeing. You're like, what the fuck going on with you? Like I could see when you talk to me, you were confused. And that's why I say wearing the mask.
Because I looked at
You see what I'm
you
saying?
at that point, and for those that don't know, El Bean in Orlando, because it's about El Bean that we ain't go to our background about us. We'll probably do that on another one, but right now it's about her and her story. But I know her for about 11 years, so and I
And
ain't
that's why I say,
never seen no energy like that. Until when I was looking at her, I'm like, what?
what you got going on? See, you had been seeing a nigga wearing the mask, NB. You see what I'm saying? But then when the mind is made up to follow through, that's when that true character, those true emotions, that true person
Everything
started with the
from the
Facebook post.
childhood, everything bullshit. Fuck it.
Yes, yes. And that was
And
that was
I, I ran that spirit. I ran that spirit. And so you know that you chose. So, and you know that you have somebody that's so dope in your eyes that you know what I mean, you look at on a dope level. So with that being said, God said that I ain't got to go touch nobody to help you. Y'all already connected. You just don't know it. So when God gave me that to talk to you, I'm gonna shut it up. I'm gonna let you say it because it's your story to be told, not me. But I just knew I'm already the guy that be talking to God about y'all, praying about y'all, praying about my team.
And that's why when you called me, it was so crazy because I was like in the
I
middle of
called you in
the
the blue too, right?
action. You called me out the blue, and it was the out of the bluest time that it ever could have been.
Because
I remember
I call you more later than early.
I remember I had got butt naked. I had said I'm going out the way I came in. You know what I'm saying? I got butt naked and laid in the middle
What do
of the
you
living
mean
room
by
floor.
going out like you came in? You finna end your life.
I'm going out like I came in. I came in naked. I'm going out this bitch naked. I had my butt naked laid in the middle of the living room floor. I ready to do it. And you called. And I almost ain't answer the phone. You know what
I
I'm
called
saying? Because
twice.
I was like,
No, I called twice.
And then we talked. And I never actually told you that until later.
No, I didn't
After the
know. I
fact,
didn't know nothing until you told me.
yeah, told you that later. And that's why I say I always give you props. Like, bro, you don't even know you saved my life that day. Shit. And that was the first time, but there was a second time in our absence of talking to each other. And like I said, this time everything was perfect. You see what I'm saying? So it's a different. It's not about, you learn that that shit is not about finances. It's not about this. It's about knowing that I'm good enough to be here. You know, it's about knowing that my purpose is so much above. It's a it's about, and now like it's like I can't go out and the world still got so much music to hear from me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
it's
yeah.
two different instances a lot of time, and so a lot of people don't understand. Like, and I ain't gonna get on my boy Steven, but I actually know Steven. He from Montgomery, Alabama.
Who is that? Who is that? Let's break it.
Steven, the one who just recently committed suicide, Ellen DeGeneres DJ, Steven Boss, Twitch.
Oh, Twitch. That's what, and he was worldwide. Yeah. Okay.
He was, and it seemed like everything was perfect. We actually grew up in the same theater program. He's from my hometown.
Gotcha.
Oh, and so you see where instances where everything, you think everything is right, and people still don't have enough tenacity to muscle through that. So it's a very touchy subject, you know.
Damn, you killing this shit. Mental health is really, you can have all the gifts in the world, y'all. This is for y'all understanding, but mental health is real, and the way you was raised up as a child does affect your actual life. Some people don't have the capacity to deal with it. Some people can, get through it, but it's still something that's there. Maybe it's not to kill yourself, but I don't want to fuck with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You get these, it's a lot of opportunities to say, I don't fuck with people. It does change your life. And I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't even going to the questions no more, because at that point, I just want to talk about, where is your mental right now?
I'm the chosen one.
You believe it? You believe it, don't you?
I'm the chosen one. I
always knew you was.
Yeah, I'm the chosen one. There's a lot of work. I'm the vessel, because ultimately I serve the Creator. I serve the Source. I serve the Lord. I serve God. There's so many words. Whatever word you want to use for it, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm the vessel. You know how they always say cats is possessed by demons and shit? I'm possessed by the Lord. I'm possessed by the Father. I'm possessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm possessed by that energy source that takes me over, that says do right, do kind, make this be, say this, call, check on this person. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm the chosen one. It's like I've always been great. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I just needed to know it.
So now that you know it, what do you do on your free time, or do you have any free time? Because I want people to really get to know you.
I'm about to say free time.
I don't want to say what you do in your free time. I mean, come on.
Free time. I need more time.
You need more time, so you don't have free time.
In my world, in my entrepreneurial world, managing all type of different things, man, there's always something that has to be done in my world, whether it's paperwork or beats gotta be made. It's like my to-do list is always packed with things that have to be done. I guess if you're asking what do I like to do for leisure, I like to play basketball.
Short ass can't shoot, nigga. Shut up. But you can damn probably pull up from 10.
I be going in on y'all. You just don't know.
And let's be real clear. L Bean is definitely the ultimate tomboy. That's my dog. But it's so much that me and her can say, but we not saying it because it's about her. But yeah, it's no.
Yeah, but I like to play basketball. I like to cook. I'm a great cook. I cook everything. I can cook, bake, in anything that require love and something to go in the belly. That's my favorite go-to right there for real. I like to play, like I said, I like to play basketball so I can get some physical activity, and then I like to cook because it's
And you
soothing
get
to
to
my
work
mind.
out on too. I be watching you. We came in on some workout stuff. So, but I ain't want to talk about that too strongly because I want to go into you know, back in the day because we gonna talk about your new project. It's amazing, and I'm NB co-signing it. Have you ever had like some haters or trolls on the internet?
Yeah, I
Talk
mean, of
about it.
course. Like if you not if you don't have that, then you regular.
Ooh, I was telling the girl that be trying to get to know me. I be like, I'm not regular. Go ahead. I ain't want to say that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You if you don't have no haters or no trolls or niggas that don't, you regular. And I'm not in the business of being regular. You know what I'm saying? So I expect haters and trolls. I look forward to them because I know that when you doing great shit, when you popping and when you blessed and when you under God's favor, it gonna be all the haters and trolls. They gonna be there with the comments and then you can't try to talk about being in this industry and be soft because
I be telling you hoes that. I'm still single, but I be telling you hoes that.
you can't deal with nothing in the music industry and be soft because your ass could be the best rapper in the world and you would be mean. You hear me? You could win a Grammy and the internet gonna mean your
Or
ass.
in my thing, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't gonna talk. It's about you. But goddamn, these hoes be out here thinking that I'm just regular and goddamn blah 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 blah. I'm telling y'all hoes, y'all gotta do y'all research on me. Stop talking to me like I'm regular.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
you can't get an attitude with me on the first conversation. Cause I'm gonna block you.
And that's gonna be the end of it because
That's it. Because I know I'm gonna get.
business.
It's gonna be 50 women right behind you.
And then understanding how much we have to value our time because like I was saying, the entrepreneur and just life, when you managing your business and you managing your life, if I make some time for you, that is so sacred
That's fact.
because I have so much other stuff that I could be doing with this time.
Right.
Things that are gonna make me money, or things that are gonna elevate my mind, or things that are gonna help me out physically. But I made this time for you and whatever
Boom.
you got to bring in the energy. You
Yes,
see what I'm saying? So it's
ma'am.
like
Yes, ma'am.
I only want to deal with people who understand that even what the fuck I just said. What I said probably flew over a lot
But
of
no,
people's head if you just
somebody
regular.
gonna go back and do it and come back. You know what I'm saying? You know, and speaking on that, you know what I'm saying? What do
Mm-hmm.
people like? You know, you do music. I do want to make sure that people know that you are a rapper and a singer, and you got a new project out. Let's talk about the new project.
I think it's some of my greatest work, man. I think to date, every project I'm trying to top the last project. And until this project, I always say Abstract One was the greatest music that I ever created. And
And
my
for the
goal,
record, people, we was not connected. Now we are. Abstract 2. Let's go.
yeah, man, Abstract Two is all right. I'm gonna spill some beans on this.
Go ahead, do
Abstract
it.
Two,
Do it. It's your shit.
Abstract Two is a very strategic project.
Mm.
Um, when I before I even started creating that, there was an outline for it, And I had done all of this research. I had took everybody notes. Um, I had gotten notes about my cadence needed work. I had gotten notes
I
about my vocal.
I was
I
saying
had
that
got no,
before everything.
yeah,
So.
yeah. So it's like I listen. Whether people think I am or not, I do listen to everything, even if I get mad about it. I
You
heard
definitely
it though.
got mad, but go ahead.
Yeah. But so I had a lot of like I took all of the main notes that I had got over my career, and I started working on those things. Like the cadence, the vocal tone, the
Mm.
vocal
I,
pitch,
I,
frequency, or
let's
whatever.
be real clear, people. I actually, when I heard her sing, because everybody know me as a vocalist, I told her she couldn't sing. And that's when we started beefing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I just gave my honest opinion, and she worked on it and she got it together. But I'm just telling you what we started beefing at. It's a lot of things. I think that beef that you be a producer.
Yeah, the other stuff didn't really bother. It was like when you were like, nah, you got to keep working. But I appreciate you for that because I needed that criticism from everybody. Because my cousin, he always giving me tips and pointers. Same cousin that was whooping niggas' ass about me. He was
Yeah,
always
yeah,
saying,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. And
I
you
do,
know, he
I
always
do
say,
want to say this. So for her to be able to get that criticism at that time and be able to analyze it, nurture it, and accept it years later, that's a boss. That's an OG. That's somebody that I'm going to tell y'all who I'm going to be right now. I know I didn't understand what they were saying at the time, but I understand these guys. You know what I'm saying?
and I took all of that. I took all of that and I wrote all that down on the paper. I'm talking about before I had even started with the beats, before I started with the lyric, before I started with anything. I was like, who who are you in this project? I wanted to answer questions for myself. You know, you haven't released a project in 10 years. What's gonna be the attention getter? What's gonna give people a reason to even, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say the project was very strategic because these were questions that I approached. These were concepts and questions that I approached this project with. So thank you guys so much for accepting it, but it's like the responses are expected. You know, it's no different than when we put together a business plan, right? And I say over 5 years, we expect to gross 20, 30
And
bands or
that
whatever,
what makes sense is but at that time you had to develop your style, you know. So at the end of the day, I think that you've accumulated and executed now. But we all have room to grow. But you did put your 10,000 hours in. All right, so where do you see yourself 5, 10, or even 20 years? Because I think you have a lot to offer the game. 5, 10, or 20.
10, 5, 10, and 20. Within 5 years, I would like to have a successful label
Mm,
where I can take all of the knowledge that I've gained in the music industry over my career
mm,
and be able to execute and offer these services as a legal paperwork ready operating business. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of talented people that don't know the way. I remember being a talented person and didn't know the way, didn't know what it takes or whatever.
Well, shout out
And
to NB Promotions to try to help you out a little bit.
right, absolutely. But so yeah, the 5 years I would like to be able to offer that service to other to talents other than myself. Um, because as the years go by, I really want to move to not being in the I'm because of who I am, I'm gonna be in the front of people. There's no way that I can hide from that. but it's like I want to build with artists. Like I told you, I'm working with my nephew. He a producer. I want to give him what I got, because what good is it for me to have all this knowledge and not pass it
Let's
on?
let's stop right there. What advice did you want to give other people in your swag, other artists and entertainers that done been through what you want to? They need to have something because they heard it.
Two
But what advice?
two things. Put together a solid budget.
Ooh,
Not
yo, talk to
not
him, Queen.
yo, put together a solid budget.
That's the key. Cause they think this shit because you cute. Everything gonna be for free, bar.
Everything I cannot, even now as we speak, NB, I'm still, and I don't, when I say budget, I don't, let me break that down, because I'm learning that nowadays you have to fucking break it down, right? So I'm not talking about we gonna get our paycheck next Friday and we going to the studio. I'm not talking about one of those budgets. I'm talking about on a list of a sales spread, whatever you using. It needs to be recording
Budget.
$10,000, marketing
Facts.
$10,000, promotional material, t-shirts and what they call it, merchandise. That's the word I'm looking for. Merchandise, 5,000. It needs to be gas, hotel, and lodging, because if you're gonna tour, that gotta go in there.
That shit.
Then that's a $10,000 budget. Video shoot, if you what's the I'm talking exact categories, exact numbers. If you don't know how much something costs, call them people and ask them. I want to press up 100 hoodies, 2 colors, front and back print. How much is that gonna cost with shipping? I mean, like, we have to exercise some real financial literacy in the music business. So a lot of time when you say budget, people think I'm gonna get my income tax check and I'm gonna drop this album. It's like, this shit costs money. Like, now I know I'm putting out big numbers, 10,000, 5,000, but it doesn't have to be that. You might have a homeboy where you can get your whole album recorded for $600. I don't know what your resources are, but my first thing of advice to you guys is stop playing with yourself. It's
Well,
going to cost money.
hey. How the hell you stay motivated? How the hell you stay motivated? That's my question.
Man, now. I'm motivated by the energy. I'm motivated by God, man. Again, like I said, I'm the vessel, man, and I got a power running through me that's unstoppable. I mean, the energy source, the Lord that I'm operating in, man, it gonna be hard to come. It gonna
Let me
be
ask you
hard,
a
boy.
question though, because a lot of your fans want to know: do you got tattoos and piercings?
Oh yeah, I got a couple tattoos.
Talk
You want to
about
see
it.
them?
I'm getting,
No, I
I'm
got
getting stuff that he's telling me now. Come on.
no piercings. I'm not big. Nah, I don't have any
You
piercings
got
other than like I
tattoos,
like
though.
earrings. Yeah, but I like tattoos, and I would like
It's
to get more.
actually getting fun now. Cause
Now that I'm no longer in the corporate world, I can get tatted up as much as
oh
I want to.
shit. Okay, so you was in a couple rides. This is gonna be a miscellaneous question. What did you do prior to what you're telling me right now? Because I do want to say
Prior to
that I think that you thought it out. I didn't want to bring that, but that the viewers want to know that. Now that I'm not in the corporate world, boom. What you mean?
I was a lighting designer. That
That
was my
was her,
profession.
and I've been told y'all she dope.
I was a lighting designer. That stemmed from that theater background we was
Yes,
talking about earlier in
sir.
the interview.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I actually still do lighting design for the right price. But
All right, Price.
yeah. But that was I'm still a designer. I'm actually a great designer. I'm like one of few black female lighting designers. Um, I would argue in the world, and definitely not in the country. There's not a lot of black female working lighting designers professionally, and I also have a master's degree to back that up.
I got one more, and it's gonna drop the mic. Rumors about you that you want to set the record straight right now. That's gonna kill this whole interview. Boom. What rumors that you feel that you could talk your shit and say, yeah, it's up to you.
I'm trying to think because I usually set the rumors straight right away.
But right away is not with the same.
Most people always want to know, I'll bitch, you gay. That's the number one thing. Everybody always want to know that I'm gay. And I like bitches on Wednesdays.
And now, all I'm saying, that's my dog.
Yeah, I just like them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's still for the fellas. But Tuesdays and Wednesdays, y'all holler at me.
And that's the only one. That's the only one.
Everybody always want to know that. So, what's your preference? What I like. And I mean, I don't know what rumors are out there about me. I don't really listen to that shit like that.
That's not mine to do. It was just something for you to be based on you, for real. I did hear that you like like women. And so with Chat with NB, we gonna keep it 100 with my people, and you already said that. But you're basically saying I truly like niggas better. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely. Hey.
So, homie, she just breaking it down. She's a gifted woman, and if you want these beats, these fires beats for LB, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna let you talk your outro.
Yeah, if y'all trying to holler at me, definitely let's go back to the project Abstract 2, man. You got to check out Abstract 2.
Hold up, my bad, my motherfucking bad. You done dropped. How many projects you dropped? I'm talking about
overall my whole
in the past, me and you dealing with each other.
Abstract 2 is my first project in the past 10 years.
You've been waiting on this motherfucker for 10 years, and you got what was the? Okay, we already got the interview that said why is the issue, right? Is that the issue and everything you talked about to this day of why this ain't coming out? All the bullshit that you was going through?
No, that actually is the reason why it's been 10 years since we seen Abstract 2, because I was working with some niggas as on the producer end, and I was working with what I thought was gonna be a team of people, but that fell sour. And I'm be honest and talk about that. So I actually
they gonna see it. They gonna see it. So that's on you.
I don't care. But I actually stepped back from my career.
You stepped back
to work. You know what I'm saying? The goal was I was gonna produce all the beats, and it was some people that were going to do something.
Right.
And and I actually, be honest with y'all, I feel like a fool. I let all this time pass and just now realizing like these niggas ain't gonna do nothing. I got to go back to doing what I gotta do.
It ain't no these niggas. You don't wanna call names.
I ain't gonna name drop.
All right, well, just say these people, because everybody don't. Well, some people love you, LB.
Yeah, but just the cats that I was working with, at the time, I was hoping that, you know, we could get. At the time, I was a Timberland looking for my Missy. I was a
Just
Zaytoven.
killed it. That was good. I like that. That was good.
You know what I'm saying? I was a Zaytoven looking for my Gucci man.
Oh,
I was,
that shows the world about your knowledge of hip hop. Yes, I love it.
you know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
it. All right.
Like I was looking for that and I didn't get it. And when I realized that that wasn't happening, I stopped all that and say, let me go back and do this like I know how to do it. And that's why we got Abstract
That's why
2
you
now.
put
Because
that. I'm gonna ask you a question. It's definitely great project. I listened to it, people. Great project. Um, Duke, why did you produce your whole album? That's what I wonder. Did you have any partners, or did you produce that?
yeah. Me and my nephew, Bama Bread, we
Talk-
got a production group. Me and my
Okay,
nephew.
so
We,
y'all help. He had help in the production, so that's
we work.
family production.
That's family. We work together in that hot ass Florida garage. Yeah, and actually, when we started working on this, I was in hard times. You know what I'm saying? When we started working, when me and nephew had started working on the beats, I was, I had took a big L, and I was picking myself up from a big L, and I actually ended up with my nephew and his daddy because that's where the fuck I had to stay at. But little did I know that that was a blessing from God because being there, this was the first time that I knew my nephew was producing, but this was our first time being in the same
In his presence,
area together.
in his presence, and watching
And
what
we,
he got going on as a young man, even though you older. Come on,
even though I'm older and we worked, and he taught me, he was like, now, TT, the niggas ain't, he taught me like the young folks style. I mean, he gave me so much young guy energy about the industry, and I was able to say, well, man, nephew, the beat can't go on forever and never. You got to put some transition, some breaks.
so you
So we,
gave him the old school way.
and he gave me the new school way, and we was able to put all of what we taught each other together, and that's what you hearing in Abstract too.
All right, let's
That's what.
talk about let's talk about, this is the last question. Let's talk about your album. Yeah, it's an album or a mixtape?
It's an album. It's an album.
It's your official album?
It is an official album, absolutely.
Okay, so how do you feel about, I know you talked about the producers and everything. How do you feel about your project right now? What you think they're gonna, you know what I mean, take away from
I'm very,
take away from it?
I'm, I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of it. I'm proud to see that everything I wrote down that I wanted to execute musically, I'm proud to see the results of that be into fruition. Meaning, cadence is on point. The vocals and the harmonies are on
I
point. The
agree.
stories.
I'm not going, even though I paused on her, I told her this is the dopest project I probably heard this year. From based on the fact that I know her and her elevation, I'm saying, man, y'all need to jump on this more. That's why I want to do this interview, because this girl put work in, and y'all don't see her
Mm-hmm.
story. So go ahead, Queen.
Yeah. But I think that when people hear this, they're gonna find a song that's gonna resonate with them. Remember when music gave you
Yeah.
goosebumps, or when
Hold
music
on, let's
will
stop
put.
there.
Go ahead.
This new music don't make me have no goosebumps. I remember that R&B shit. I remember that shit that did something to me because we were special. The only people
Mm-hmm.
that can touch that is the people that want to make that. I'm out. Go ahead.
And so I feel like that's the energy that I was trying to recreate with this project.
Me, I
Where
love this girl.
when you, yeah, when you hear it, the bar is so cold, you get the stank face. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's the R&B, because I got rap and R&B
You
music
got,
on
you
the
got
project.
and production. And production.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like I think there's a piece it, somewhere on that album that people
You're
can
gonna
see a piece
find
of
something.
themselves. Yeah, where that you can resonate with. It might even put you back on a memory. You know what I'm saying? Or like, man, she says, this and that. So I just think that for me, this project is for the people. It wasn't no.
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to get your money project, or I'm trying to show you
I
I'm the
don't
dopest
think so.
rapper.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was like it was like real true content and messaging that I wanted people to receive something. It's like y'all streaming my music, or if you're purchasing it, whatever you doing. I mean, I don't want to go and pay $50 for a steak dinner and it's trash. So I don't want y'all to go pay for my project or stream my project and you get it trash. Because just like I said, my time is sacred. Your time is sacred in my eyes as well. So if you take the time to listen, I want you to feel like you got your time's worth. Time is money. So that's why I talk about the time. You see what I'm saying? So I'm so excited about the project. We have so much work to do, man. It's it's so much work to still be done, but we got it. We got the music part out of the way.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you close out. This girl, this woman, this queen is everything that she said, and I co-signed it. And if anybody outside of this think it's a game, come holler at me. Come holler at me. NB ain't never played with people. You got me on your you got me doing NBDG. I mean, NB chat with NB, whatever. You already know this is. I don't put nothing but the real. And so, with that being real, I'm gonna tell you how they need to find you.
I'm available. Abstract 2 is available on all platforms. Whatever your listening pleasure is, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, whatever you into, it's out there. It could be fine. You can type in L Bean Abstract 2. Don't get confused with the boots and shit. L Bean, because they be in, but L Bean Abstract 2 is on all platforms. And you can also check out my website, lbeanbeats.com. That's gonna be for productions and and also L Bean Beats is a different entity. You can type that in and you'll get a lot of my instrumental albums. I got like 3-4 instrumental
Yes, you
albums out there
do.
that you
Yes,
can
you do,
just
y'all.
listen to.
Yes, you do.
So just thank you to everybody for listening. Again, your time is sacred. And just to piggyback on some things that we talked about previously on the interview,
Uh-oh.
outside of the music and all of this, you have to know that you're valuable. You have to know that you can achieve whatever you see in your mind, whether it happens right now or whether it happens later in the future. I just want all of us to operate in a positive energy. And I know we're in a world of chaos right now where people are judging and people are not understanding and people are depressed and people are looking for answers and they're seeking God and they're seeking energy. So I just, from me to you, outside of asking you guys to please listen and support my music, I also want to leave you guys with some encouragement and some inspiration to take care of yourself and to, if you don't know where you are on the value ladder, LADDER, on the value ladder, please start implementing those things first, because once you know that you are the true chosen one. Whatever you touch, whatever you do, it will manifest and it will be blessed, and it will give you all of what you need on the inside and on the out. And thank you guys so much. Those are my last words.
She always do that when she used to perform. She used to say that stuff like that. So I'm gonna tell you something. This girl is not just saying that. She always had it in her spirit. It's your boy NB, man. We just now tune in to another episode of Chat with NB. And we have one of my partners, one of the ultimate queens. And we out.
We out. Peace.
Playtime is over, we march like a soldier, sell products like Kroger. Off of the ass and up on the feet, bitch, we gon' eat, I'm still sugar. Make choices, learn lesson, that shit was a blessing, opposition still gon' be tested. I'm laughing, I'm living, beginning, you see I'm the reason they beg for repentance. I'm out there big, out there big, out there big, out there big.